Aquarius, Pisces, to your chakra reading for March. Hope you guys are doing great out there. If you guys like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, guys, let's get straight into this and see what's going on with you in these chakras. Okay, so having this beautiful sacral chakra sitting right here for these relationships, this is talking about your emotions, connections, intimacy. It's definitely a relationship energy going on. This energy is really highlighting how you bond, feel, and interact with others around you. As we can see that, right? So let's see what we have for the numerology card coming out. 77, spirituality. Wow. So this is definitely a spiritual connection. This card is representing spiritual awakening, inner wisdom, deeper soul understanding, experiences that you're having through spiritual connection. And the oracle you have is the Spirit Owl, 852 Hertz. Well, this is about heightened intuition and seeing the truth clearly and that spiritual insight, especially in an emotional or relationship situation. So, and we have relationships, so yeah. Okay, Aquarius, Pisces, let's see what's going on over here. This could be a family member. It could be a relationship, a love relationship. Could just be a friend, right? Relationships don't have to mean love. But let's just see what's going on here. Do you have the Seven of Wands, standing your ground, protecting your energy and defending what matters to you the most? And when it comes, and it's coming under the spirituality, so you're saying, this is my spirituality, this is what I believe in, this is the way I roll, this is how things are going to be. With the Ten of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is that long-term stability, family. And I said family before. I kept feeling family off this, or something meant to last. So for some of you, you might be standing up to a family member about maybe a new love, or something like that, okay? About how you feel about your relationships, your love. Take what resonates, what doesn't, throw away. It's meant for someone. But whatever's going on over here, there's a deep emotional awareness with the Queen of Cups. There's some compassion, but your intuitiveness is really connected. I mean, it's really sitting over here next to this owl. And this owl has a higher wisdom and that understanding and using a lot of intuition, but also can perceive things from a different, higher place of awareness. So perceiving things different. And that's because he uses wisdom and intuition, right? And then you have the Magician. Okay. Manifesting and creating an outcome that you desire from the situation, because we know it's desire because we have the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is about the desire within, the desire to want this relationship, the desire to protect what's meaningful towards you and to you. So whether you're protecting this new love or what you love within this relationship, but it's also, I feel like you're protecting a love relationship. I think somebody doesn't like your new partner. You feel the spiritual connection to this person. Could be a water sign, could be a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. Could also be a Sagittarius, Aries, or I wouldn't even say Leo. I mean, it could be Leo because you have this Seven of Wands, but for a lot of it could be a Leo. And then watch all of you say, it was a Leo. It is a Leo. Of course it's a Leo. You're Aqua Pisces. You guys are always dealing, if you're a Pisces, you're always dealing with a Leo. Like, when are you not dealing with Leo, right? It's like, wait a minute, what sign are we doing? Yeah. It definitely could be a fire sign. Or we have a Taurus as well. Taurus or a Virgo. But it's not about the signs. What it's about protecting what you love, what you desire, and intuitively understanding that I'm aligning with this connection, with this spirituality, and I'm seeing others not being on my side. So you're going to trust in your intuition and stay emotionally aligned with what you know you want. You're not listening to anybody else this time. That's funny. Not listening to anybody this time. That's interesting. So it makes me wonder, do you have a friend out there who keeps ruining your relationships, or your mom or your sister, and you're like, nah, I'm going to do this time because every time I ask you guys for advice, you mess me up, or I'm not telling you about my relationship. I'm standing my ground to be quiet because you guys always interfere and ruin it. Man, I'm getting this interference. You know what? I usually don't clarify, but I actually want to clarify because I feel this interference somehow where you're spiritually aligned with this person. You understand that you want this person, but you know this other person is going to come in and try to ruin it. You're justified. You're sitting in your own authority. You're balancing everything out for yourself, and you're justifying what you want to justify. 3 of Coins. You're saying, I want to work on this with this person. It's me and them. I don't want this other person in this situation. Yeah, there's somebody else over here who's always interfering in your relationship, and it just feels like, it becomes the death. There it goes. Then you end up losing that situation. You always lose. So you're keeping it to yourself. Whether it's this love situation, whatever it is, you're keeping it to yourself. Some of you even might have had a divorce because somebody else got involved in the situation. And we're like, no way, look what you did. Yeah. Whatever the situation is, you're keeping to yourself because you understand. You understand the toxicity of what someone is doing. You understand how they get in the way and they always make you sad. There's always some kind of loss. There's always something that's going on. For a lot of you, I think it's a family member. I'm going with family, guys. And you just need to zip it. Right? Because, as soon as it comes in, it's just like, there they are. You want this lasting connection. Okay. And let's get an angel number for you. Zero, one. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I said it backwards. Oh, dyslexic. 1001. New beginnings, and look at that. Spiritual awakening. Yep. Because you know that you have a new phase in some kind of religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening. It can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on the path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. Look, it doesn't even have to be all that heavy, okay? All it has to be is that I'm having this spiritual awakening, and the spiritual awakening is just my intuition looking deep within my cup and saying, you know what? If you want to keep this relationship, I need to guard myself. Right? Whether it's guarding myself from my family, my friends, to protect this relationship, this spiritual relationship that I feel is divinely guided towards me, and that me and this person are supposed to be together, or maybe my own self-sabotage, not being over vulnerable or something, right? Which we didn't even get into, because I think that that's very low. I don't think that's the biggest key here. But whatever it is, it's you fulfilling this connection and having this spiritual understanding and awakening to your intuition to say, I'm going to balance myself. Everything's going to be fine. But I'm also going to learn that if I keep continuing to allow this person into my life, or these thoughts into my life, whatever the third party is, thoughts, emotions, my own, or someone else's, it's going to ruin this new connection. So you are balancing yourself out to become courageous and to use that overall perception an inner guidance and wisdom within yourself to say, this is what needs to happen. And you know what? Talk about some inner strength. That takes a lot. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.